Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to meet with you again today. How are you doing? Mm-hmm. Great, great. That's major improvement. Mm-hmm. 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 Great. So I know it took a lot of motivation and courage to return to counseling. I applaud you for remaining consistent with your treatment, and I'm so excited to see how far you progress as we continue to assist you in your personal growth and development. Let's discuss what's on your mind today. I want to hear from you regarding how you've been feeling since we started these sessions about 2 weeks ago. And let's come up to speed with how you're currently feeling and see if anything has changed during the transition. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I hear you saying you're having problems in all areas. Tell me a little bit about the areas you're currently experiencing problems in, and what exactly does that look like when you say you're experiencing problems? And I guess I want you to allow me to experience a moment in your personal world. So, mm, mhm. Amazing. I'm so excited that you can acknowledge that attending the counseling session can be very beneficial to your continued personal growth and development. And just being able to identify that and acknowledge it is definitely major as it pertains to just your road to recovery and healing throughout this counseling journey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. That's amazing. That is so amazing. Tell me a little bit about how you've came to the conclusion that maybe these sessions are beneficial to your healing. Definitely, especially when you can acknowledge that you don't want things to stay the way that they are, even though you're able to admit that maybe I don't know what exactly it is that I need to do. Being able to identify and acknowledge that you don't want things to stay the way they are is definitely a major step in the right direction. I hear you saying you're not sure what to do. However, I will say I applaud your consistency and effort that you're putting forth as it pertains to attending these counseling sessions in which you and I are able to process through your thoughts and feelings. Mm-hmm. Right, 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 most definitely. Although you feel as though you are still so far from the goal of mental recovery, I am so glad that you're making progress on a daily basis. Even on the days when you feel like you cannot manage, I definitely applaud your efforts and willingness to obtain healing and to keep going even when it feels like you can't, or sometimes when you want to give up. Tell me a little bit about how you feel as it pertains to this being our third counseling session. Have you noticed or been able to identify any moments of improvement in your personal thoughts and feelings as opposed to what, let's say, what you were feeling back when we first started? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's definitely to be commended. And even with you still experiencing problems in many different areas of your life, I hear you still saying some days you can manage, which is finding positivity even on those bad days. And even though you're scared to make changes, just being able to identify and acknowledge, those different things. So let's talk about some of the things that scare you. Tell me about some of those things. What are some of the things that scare you, and maybe why would you say that they scared you, or what causes you to be afraid of those thoughts and feelings? Mm-hmm. Great, great. Mm-hmm. And so you're not really sure if you're afraid of those things or if you're just afraid of changing those things. Is that what I hear you saying? And being able to identify possibly the manner in which to go about addressing those behaviors. The problem in your life that you're currently that are currently taking place seem to be the reason why you're having difficulties identifying what changes need to be made and how to make those changes. And although you're experiencing these difficulties and challenges, I applaud you for putting forth an effort and putting forth an effort to do what's necessary for your complete personal healing. Although each day, will continue to present itself with new obstacles and challenges to overcome, I'm confident that you have the willpower and the strength, as you've shown in the last 3 weeks, to move from this point of pain to a feeling of overcoming victory. And I'm so excited as we continue to meet on a weekly basis to watch you grow through each individual session as we continue to process through what strategies and interventions will be beneficial to your journey of personal healing. Let's recap all that we've discussed today, and then let's discuss your weekly journal assignment for this week, and then we can get you scheduled for an appointment for next week so that we continue to process through this journey into your healing. How does that sound? Great.